Hello guys, welcome to the channel. I'm glad to have you. So today we are discussing VIM, we're discussing EMACS. What is VIM and what is EMACS? How do I use VIM? How do I use EMACS? If this is a new concept to you, if you've never heard of this before, and if you're new to Linux, this is the video for you. And if you're coming from the ALX program, I welcome you. If you're just new to programming as a whole, I advise you start from the first video in this playlist where I go about teaching how to install Linux on your Windows or your Mac system, how to navigate through your shell, and I teach some basic commands to get you started on your programming journey. Once again, welcome and thank you for being here. Let us go. So what is VIM? What is EMACS? Confusing, right? Well, not really. They are simply text editors that were created for Unix, and that is just it. Text editors for Unix system. Now, editors are broken into two in Linux system. The line editors like ed and x, and then we have the screen editors like VI, VIM, and EMACS. So let's start with VI. What is VI? Well, VI is the original standard for screen editors. Okay, it was the first standardized. If you know Notepad, you know the way Notepad is, where you have a full screen where you can write text and do anything. That is what VI is. But since Notepad is for Windows, what VI is for Linux. You understand? And VIM is simply VI improved. That is what it means. Just an improved version of the old VI. What's EMACS? EMACS is the same thing. They are both text editors. Okay, it's just a matter of preference. Which one do you like? Which one do you prefer? They are the same thing. And in this video, we're going to go about how to install them and how to use them. So after this video, you get to choose which one is your favorite. So I'm just going to use this opportunity to say, if you're just starting out, the best way to go about it is to keep coding, keep learning, keep typing, keep reading, okay? But more practice and less theory. Always have your system with you, writing new code or writing new shell commands. If you're watching this video, I expect you're with your laptop already. You have your terminal already open, waiting for the command so that as I write, you write. Okay, if you do not know how to open your terminal on your Windows, you can watch the previous video where I go about teaching it. If you're using Mac, just open Finder and search for terminal. Okay, once it opens up, you can follow along. All right, let's begin. So the first step is first checking if we have EMACS on our system. Okay, so the command to check if you have EMACS installed on your system is EMACS / version. Okay, now this command is going to tell us what version of EMACS we have. That is if we have EMACS. If you don't have EMACS, it's going to show you this command is not recognized or something like that. Okay, so if that happens, then you have to install EMACS. Okay, so to install EMACS, let's clear this. I'm going to introduce you to the sudo command. The sudo command is a command that tells your terminal that you need to run this command as an administrator. Okay, so this command is used while installing things. So we run sudo apt get updates. So this is going to update your Ubuntu first. Now It's important that you do this before you install anything you want to install. Always update first. Okay, let's go. Sudo apt install EMACS. Now you must note that this command is going to install the latest version of EMACS into your system, and it might take a while depending on your internet connection. Okay, it might take anything from 5 to 20 minutes depending on how fast your internet is. Okay, so when you run sudo commands, it's always going to ask you for your password. Okay, it's not asking me for my password because I've done a certain configuration. Okay, but it most likely is going to ask for your password. And if you watch the first video, when you make your Ubuntu terminal, it's going to ask you for username and password. But the password you set then is the password you're going to use whenever you run a sudo command. Okay, but I have EMACS already, so I do not need to download this. So I think I should cancel this. Okay, let me cancel this. But for you, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to just keep on writing funny things on the screen till it downloads. If you like the way my terminal looks and you want yours to look like this, leave a comment. And now let us install VIM. The same process: sudo apt get updates. Okay, then sudo install apt install vim. Okay, and that is it. It's gonna install. It's gonna take a while. Okay, so let's check EMACS. Okay, and this is EMACS. We have EMACS. Now let's check for VIM. VIM is the command to check to open VIM. Okay, so we have both now. As you can see, the name VI improved. That is the meaning of VIM. Okay, clear. Okay, so now we're going to play around VI and VIM just to get the hang of it. So firstly, we're going to open a file, save a file, copy and paste, redo and undo, cut and close. Okay, so we're going to do this with VIM, and then we're going to do it with EMACS. I'm starting with VIM because I feel like VIM is a little bit more, confusing than EMACS. So once we get the hang of VIM, we'll do the same thing with EMACS. So with cd mount c users administrator. Now I'm simply just navigating into my Windows desktop. If you do not understand what I'm doing, then most likely you haven't watched the first video. I explained everything I'm doing in the first video, so I'll leave a link down for you to go and watch the first video before proceeding with this one. Okay, so simply put, I'm navigating from my root into my desktop. Okay, root is the home directory in Ubuntu, and my desktop is my Windows desktop. Now these are the files in my desktop. As you can see, I have two folders. I created shell for the purpose of this tutorial, so let's enter shell and clear the terminal. Okay, before we proceed, I'm going to teach you a trick to help you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate. Okay, let me put it this way. you know, when you want to create a directory and then you want to go into that directory, you know, a directory is simply a folder. You make directory testing, and then you have to cd into it, okay? And then there are many cases where we just want to create this folder and go straight into it. I don't know if you get my point. Like, it's not every time we want to make the directory and then have to, you know, we are just writing unnecessary code. So it would be nice to have a command to be able to make this folder and then enter it in one command. Okay, so I'm going to do this in two ways. First, I'm going to use a function. If you do not know what a function is, then do not worry. This video is not about functions, okay? It's about shell, okay? Okay, so I'm just going to make a function that's going to allow me to be able to create a directory and navigate into it in one command. So as you can see, I created a function called my function that allows me to create a folder and navigate into it in one command. Okay, let me go back. Oh, sorry, cd minus to go back to the previous directory, clear. Okay, so let me demonstrate. I named the function my function. You can name it anything. You can name it anything you want. Okay, so say my function, then let's use test 4. Okay, as you can see, it created test 4 and then put us straight into test 4. This is the function. I called it my function, and that is what it does. So if this, I'll leave the function down below. Okay, but do not worry if you don't understand this. I'll teach you another way to do it. Another way of doing it is to write my directory, make directory rather, test 5, and now this and command tells terminal that you want to perform this task and the other task together. You understand? It's as simple as that. cd test 5. So this command is going to make test 5 and then it's going to navigate us into test 5. If you don't understand what making a folder and navigating to a folder is, watch the first video. I explained everything there. So as you can see, my shell, and we are in test 5, so it works. So now I'm going to create a Vim folder for us to start with. I'll use my function that I just created. You can use the second method, Vim. Okay, so now we are inside Vim. Clear. Let's run Vim. This is Vim. Firstly, let us open a file. How do you open a file? :E. As you can see at the bottom, it shows the command you type. In Vim, there are two screens. We have the command screen and the edit screen or the insert screen. So this command screen shows any command you write. If you want to open a file, you use :E, and we'll call the file my vim.txt. Now this file does not exist, so it created it for us. Okay, you can do this for a file that exists, and you can do it for a file that does not exist to create it. Okay, now to enter into edit mode, you use I. You can type anything here. It's just like Notepad. If you're familiar with Notepad or Notes on iPhone or Memo on Android, it's the same thing. It's just an editing screen. So if you're done editing, to enter command mode, you click escape. As you can see, now nothing typed anymore. This is for commands, not edits. Press I to enter back. Now you can delete and you can do anything. To open a file, to save a file rather, you use colon W. So open, you use the command colon E. Okay, save, you use the command colon W. Okay, so escape to go back to command mode, and then to save it, colon Q. Okay, colon W rather, I'm sorry, colon W. So it's saved now. Press I to enter back. How about you want to save this same file but with another name? Save file with a different name. You use the command colon SAV. Wow, I'm spelling command wrong. Pardon me. Okay. SAV. And then you can write the new name. You can use change name. You can use any new name you want. Okay. So let's practice this. Go back to command mode. Colon SAV changed name.txt. Okay. As you can see, it has saved the new file as change name.txt. If I check my desktop, and these are all the files and folders we've been creating. Going to Vim, now you see there are two files here, the original one and the new one with the new name, change name.txt. Okay. As you can see, this is the new one. How about to copy and paste? To copy and paste, double Y is to copy an entire line. Now let's paste this. P. As you can see, you go up, press P again. You double Y to copy. P. As you can see, it copies, it pastes as many times as you press P. So double Y, copy, P, paste. Now let's edit this. To copy, use P. To save, to paste rather, use Y. To copy, double Y. To paste, use P. Okay, that's it. So if you want to copy just a selected part, so let's select this and go down and P to paste. To select, I pressed V. Let me clean up this file. Okay. V, go to visual mode. You select Y to copy and P to paste. Okay. Simple as that. How about you want to undo and redo? Okay, let me cut this. How about you want to search for a file? You want to look for something, you use slash and then you write what you're searching for. Okay, as you can see, paste. Let's do that again. As you can see, it highlights paste. over there. Okay. Okay, before we quit, let me write that. It's a very long word. Okay, let's save this. Saved. If you want to save and quit, use WQ. You can see it's saved and then it closed it. Let's open VIM. Okay, first let's check the files here. Okay, we have 2 files. Let's say VIM, my vim.txt. Okay, we saved our files on the other one. Let's open the other one. Vim, change name .txt. All right. Okay, insert mode. Let's say you did something. I want to save. Okay, if you want to quit without saving this, all you need to do is go into command mode and use :Q and exclamation mark, and then it closes. We check the contents of change name the txt. As you can see, the last line we wrote is not there. So that's how you save, that's how you quit without saving. :Q exclamation. Okay, one last thing. Now navigate. You can use your arrow keys to navigate in command mode. You press down, 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 down. You can press K to go up, L to the right, H to the left. Okay, you can also use your arrows. If you press number 5 and down, it goes down 5 lines. 5 and down, it goes down past. Like 10 and up, it goes up 10. Okay. So if you want to, you can put numbers in front of your commands. Okay. Okay. DD to cut the line. Capital G to go down, small letter G to go up. So you can't learn all these things in one day. It's something that takes practice, lots and lots of practice. Okay, so the advice I'll give you is to install this on your laptop and keep using it. Practice it every day, at least 30 minutes every day, and in no time you would know how to use VIM. Takes me into insert mode and into the new line. Okay, now let's quit that, clear the terminal. Let's go to our CD9. Okay, make directory, EMACS. If I do that, it's going to create a file, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the touch command. Okay, if you do not remember what touch does, touch creates a new file, a new empty file. Okay, that's all it does. Creates a new empty file, and then you can give your file any extension like .txt, .js, .html. Okay, let's see the list of files here. These are all the files here. Okay, I'm going to delete EMACS and recreate it. I want to create it using that command I taught you guys. Okay, so make directory EMACS and cd EMACS, and that's it. Okay, let's clear the terminal, open EMACS. Alright, to open a file on EMACS, you can do this in several ways. Okay, you can press F10. F10 opens up the menu. As you can see, this is the menu where you can do anything. You can just follow this is just as close to the graphical interface as it can be. Okay, that's options, it has other options. Okay, but I don't want to use this method. You can use your cursor, go down to visit new file, click on enter. If you notice at the bottom, it asks you the name that you want to name the file. Okay, but I don't want to use this method. I'm going to close this. Okay, so I'll use EMACS, Ctrl X. Okay, I'm sure you remember the command to open, or okay, I'm yet to tell you the command to open a new file. So the command to open a new file is Ctrl X, Ctrl F. As you can see, it opens at the bottom again, asking us to name the file. So you can write an old file, or you can put a new file. So I'll put my EMACS.txt, which is a new file because it does not exist. It creates a new file for us. To open a file, use the command. As you can notice, there is no command mode in EMACS. It's just editing. You just come in and start to edit. Okay, straightforward. Use a command. Control, capital letter stands for control, so Control X, Control F. Okay, I think, okay, so let's list it, my EMACS. Now let's check. As you can see, it's there. So to save a file, rather to open a file, we use Ctrl X, Ctrl F. There's the EMACS second.txt. That's a new file. To save a file, use the command Ctrl X, Ctrl S. Okay, to close the window, okay, close EMACS rather, use the command Ctrl X, Ctrl C. Okay, let's do that now. Ctrl X, Ctrl C. Okay, so all I did was Ctrl X, Ctrl S, Ctrl X, Ctrl C. Close and save. Okay. Now let's see, we have 2 now. Let's check the context of second.txt. Okay, EMACS second.txt. Okay, so to cut I use CK, and to paste I use CY. Okay, so to cut CK, to paste CY. Simple as that. X. Let's close that. How about you want to search? Let's use EMACS. Okay. Alright, some gibberish. Hi, it's not really anything. Okay. Search for anything. I search. You can see we search for anything, literally. So the command to search for anything is Ctrl S. So anything you write, once you click Ctrl S, it opens this thing at the bottom where you can write the name of what you want to search for. So now if you see, I pressed H, so it highlights all the H in my file. Okay. To search backwards, that is, it will find the first word, the last word that matches your search, and then check backwards. Okay. So okay, I only have one anything here, so this is not a good example. Let me use H. As you can see, the first H is darker blue, and the rest lighter blue or white, particularly. So let's close this. Now to undo, let me select this and copy. Command for copying is Alt W. Okay, that's if you want to copy a selected line. The first type of copy I showed you was to copy an entire line. The copy is Alt W. Okay, Alt W. Paste is Control what? Y. Okay, I use Shift to select. Okay, let me select this last one. Shift, use your arrow, select. Now to cut, Control K and Control Y to paste. Control S Q. Okay, Control X Q to undo, as you can see at the bottom. Okay, so it might get overwhelming at some point. Sometimes, in fact, sometimes I mix them up. Okay, I mix them up. I always have my manual with me, and if you need the manual, you can leave a comment down, and I'll get the manual for you. I'll send it to you. I'll send you a link to get it. Okay, because there are lots of commands. It gets confusing sometimes. As you can see, I'm getting really exhausted already and trying to remember the command. So I always have my PDF file beside me if I'm using EMACS or VIM, just to remember some things, But the more you use them, the more you get familiar with everything. So that's it, guys. Thanks for your time. I hope you learned a thing or two from the video today, and I hope to see you in the next video where we'll be talking about Git and GitHub. I'll also show you how to connect to your Git directly from your shell, okay, from your terminal. That's your local computer. You'll be able to connect directly into your GitHub and post and update and commit and push repositories. If you don't have an idea what Git or GitHub is, don't worry. Next video you will. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, engage. Thanks for your time. Voila.
Red team on the track.
Purchase your tracks today.